What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is going to be a little bit different from before because not only will I be talking about the last batch of cards that will be in the Crystal Beast structure deck, but I'm also going to be talking about the list itself and give you guys my thoughts on it, give you guys my thoughts on whether or not the deck could be meta once this set comes out in the TCG. So hopefully you guys are ready for this episode. If you guys are and you guys want to see more episodes which get posted every Friday, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and follow me on my social media. The links will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it with the reprints, which the first one is Dimension Shifter, which is an interesting reprint. It's not the greatest reprint. They could have reprinted anything from the 2019 10s, but excuse me. But the way I see it, they could have added, they could have reprinted, cards like Dark Ruler No More or whatever. But I mean, Dimension Shifter, it is what it is. It is what it is. They could have reprinted, Dark Ruler No More, which would have been a much more better reprint, but it is what it is. The other reprints that are in the set, we have Foolish Burial Goods, which actually is not too bad of a reprint. It basically lets you ditch a spell or trap from your deck to your graveyard, which isn't too bad. But there's also Ferret Flames, which I don't think I have ever seen that card, not once in my career as a content creator. Why? For some reason I couldn't log in for some dumbass reason. Alright, let's check it out. What was it? Ferret Flames, I think it was? Excuse me. If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle monsters they control into the deck their choice, so that the combined attack of the remaining monsters they control becomes less than or equal to your life points. So it's basically similar to Grass, but a little bit different, I guess. It's hard to say, but it's not too bad. I mean, it does ensure that your opponent's board goes down a little bit, which honestly is pretty decent. Which actually is pretty decent because it allows you to wait out, it allows you to wait out your opponent's board, break their board a bit, and it also gives you access to go into some of your excuse me, into some of your Crystal Beast plays to potentially go into Rainbow Neos if you were running that card in the deck, which is pretty good. Not too bad, I have to admit. The other reprint is Ash Blossom. I'm not surprised that they have a common Ash Blossom reprint. It's possible we could get this in the TCG, but who knows. But that is it for the reprints. Now for the final new card in the set. It is known as Bridge of the Heart, which is a continuous spell, and the second and third effects are once per turn. Excuse me. The first effect reads, during your main phase, you can normal summon one crystal-based monster in addition to your normal summoner set, and you can only gain the effect once per turn. So this is perfect because if you had if you normal summon, let's say your Cobalt Eagle, but you want to try and get more crystals into your back row, then you can automatically normal summon Sapphire and just pop off from there, which is actually pretty good. Especially if you already have 3 crystals in your back row and you want to trigger off one of the effects of your field spell, Ancient City Rainbow Ruins, in which case you can go ahead and normal summon Sapphire Pegasus, which would be your second normal summon, triggers effect, take, I'll say, Ruby as an example, place it into the back row, trigger your field spell, draw a card, and you're able to pop off from there. Especially if you top decked Neos Fusion, that's actually pretty busted, because you can easily just go into Rainbow Neos from there, which is pretty cool. Let's see, the second effect reads: during your main phase, you can destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add a Crystal Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. So it's basically Spell Trap Rhoda. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, excuse me. The only problem with it though is the fact that, well, hand traps, plain simple. Not much else to say about that, honestly. Now for the final effect of this card. If a Crystal Beast card or cards is placed in your back row, even during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return it, and this card to the hand. So it's basically a double compulse. So it's basically a double summon, Spell Trap Rhoda, and double compulse rolled into 1 card. That's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. But what does the set list look like? Well, I literally talked about pretty much every single card that's in the set, except for maybe a couple. So I will be going through all the cards that are in the set. So for the Crystal Beasts, we have Ruby Carbuncle, Amethyst Cat, Emerald Turtle, Topaz Tiger, Amber Mammoth, Cobalt Eagle, and Sapphire Pegasus. And then of course we got Rainbow Dark Dragon, which is a dumb reprint. I don't know why that card is reprinted and not Rainbow Dragon in the main. Crystal Master and Keeper, Hamon, Lure of Striking Thunder, Dimension Shifter, which I had just talked about, Contact Sea, which is kind of a weird card, but it's actually not too bad. Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell, as I said before, both the Ash and the Bell work so well together, because Ash focuses on the deck, Bell focuses on the graveyard, and had they reprinted the Ghost Ogre, it would have focused on the field, which would have been Yu-Gi-Oh's Unholy Trinity, if you will. Awakening of the Crystal Lord, Crystal Protection, which I believe, no pun intended, was the protection for Rainbow Dragon, if I remember right. Let's see, Ancient City Rainbow Ruins, Rainbow Bridge, Crystal Beacon, Crystal Blessing, Abundance, Promise, Tree, and Release. Rare Value, which is essentially a really bad Pot of Greed. Rainbow Refraction, Advanced Dark, the Melody of Awakening Dragon, which does not make sense to be put in this fucking deck. Foolish Burial Goods, Cosmic Cyclone, Crystal Grace, Crystal Miracle, Crystal Brilliance, Crystal Pair, Crystal Conclave, Ultimate Crystal Magic, which is basically the poly for the whole deck. Counter Gem, Fair Flames, and Metaverse, which is not too bad. I mean, you do get Advanced Dark and Ancient City, but still better cards than Metaverse, to be honest. Now for the Light of Transcending Bonds Booster Pack. Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, Rainbow Overdragon, Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, Bridge to the Heart, and Crystal Bond. And then for the bonus cards, we have Rainbow Dragon, which is great to see. Jesse Anderson, Bond with the Crystal Beast, which I think is the token, if I remember right. Unleasher of Legends, Jesse and Ruby, and a Crystal Beast token. I don't know what those other two are, honestly. Um, but excuse me. But now the question becomes this, because because with the addition of the Advanced Crystal Beasts finally being printed into the meta, into the TCG, the question becomes, will the deck be meta? Could we see Crystal Beasts become meta? It is very possible, because of the fact that you have so many different brand new, cards for the deck. You've got Crystal Protection. Here, I'll even showcase to you guys the deck. The cards. And I'll even showcase as well the Crystal Beast deck that I have currently. So as far as what I have currently, my Crystal Beast deck is one Neos, 2 Rainbow Dragon, 1 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, 1 Phantasme, triple Sapphire, double Amber, double Topaz, double Cobalt, double Amethyst, double Emerald, 1 Ruby, and then the 1 Emancipator Researcher. The spells, I've got the 1 Promise, the triple Bond, the one Neos Fusion, rip to Anaconda. I actually have to update the deck anyway. Crystal Blessing, one Blessing, 1 Rare Value, triple Rainbow Bridge, 1 Abundance, 1 Reborn, 1 Beacon, 2 Crystal Tree, and 2 Ancient Cities, 3 Wicked the Dragon, 1 Ultimate Crystal, 1 Double Conclave, double Warning. The extra deck, I've got the Over Dragon, then Rainbow Neos, the Red Dark Dragoon, Last Warrior, which is a Wicked the Dragon target, Ally of Justice Decisive Armor, Ascension Sky Dragon, Zeus, Cyber Infinity, Tornado Dragon, Lightning Shidori, Abyss Dweller, Deco Talker, Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Phoenix, and the Radiant Anaconda, which rip, obviously. My side deck is double Nibiru, double Ash, double Mourner, double Bell, one Feather Duster, 1 Callbite, double Crossout Designator, 1 Judgment of Anubis, and 1 Strike. That's my current deck now. But I will be doing a bit of an update on the deck at some point. At some point, I will be doing a bit of a update on the deck. So if you guys don't know any about the crystal spells for the Crystal Beast, Crystal Promise basically allows you to take a Crystal Beast from your back row and special summon it to your board. Crystal Bond is basically a double searcher, and allows you to add a Crystal Beast from your deck to your hand, and then place a Crystal Beast with a different name from your deck into the back row. So in a scenario where you don't have Sapphire, you can go Crystal Bond, add Sapphire, place Ruby into the back row, which is pretty cool. Crystal Blessing lets you take 2 crystals from your back row, 2 crystals from your graveyard, put them into your back row. Abundance is basically a really bad board wipe, but it's so good if you have 4 crystals in your back row, which is pretty cool. Crystal Beacon is basically a special summon from the deck, which is really nice. Crystal Protection is basically a card where you can special summon a crystal from your deck as long as you destroy a Crystal Beast from your board, which is really cool. And it has another effect where it says that you can banish the card and summon a Crystal Beast from your back row. So it's sort of like it's basically Crystal Promise on steroids, basically. And then of course Awakening of the Crystal Lord has multiple effects where it says that you can reveal a you can reveal Rainbow Dragon that's in your hand, and activate one of the following effects. You can either take a Bridge or a Rainbow Refraction card from your deck and either add it to your hand or Foolish Burial it to your graveyard, or you can special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or grave, or back row onto the board, which is not too bad. Crystal Tree is basically fodder for your field spell. Crystal Release, I mean, it does give the crystal 800, but it's just so bad. It's really bad. It's a bad, like, it's a really bad equip spell, if you will. And then of course too, with the traps, Ultimate Crystal Magic is basically poly for the deck. Crystal Pair, a really old card actually, basically allows you to place a Crystal Beast from your deck into your back row, and you take no damage. Basically, whenever your crystals is being destroyed, Crystal Regege is basically a really bad MST trap hole. Basically, that's all I can say about that. Crystal Grace is basically a double Crystal Promise, to be exact, which is not too bad actually. Conclave is a very interesting floodgate, but it's so hilariously good. Crystal Brilliance basically has an effect where you can special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand or graveyard, and the damage you take is cut in half. And the Crystal Miracle is basically Solemn Judgment. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but as I said before, the question becomes: is the deck going to be meta? My opinion, yes. I truly believe that Crystal Beast could be the next meta once the deck comes out here in the TCG. But another question becomes: would Ash Blossom and Ghost Bell be printed in the TCG version? That's the big question there. Would it get printed in the TCG version? It's hard to say. We don't know exactly when it'll be released in the TCG. My assumption is that it might be released, I would probably have to say sometime by the end of the year, I would presume. So I don't really know, but I can tell you one thing right now: I will be doing an update on the deck at some point, possibly in the next week or so. I know that I want to build. I know that Neos is the next deck that I need to update. I know that I've been tempted to build Shaddolls, which I really don't know how to build them. I'll have to figure it out. But my Crystal Beast deck is another one that I do want to update. So hopefully we will get to that point. But again, would this deck be meta? Yes, I truly believe it, because of the fact that you have the new back row that just instantly helps extend your plays a little bit, and it helps helps you make your board where you can just wipe your opponent out in one simple go. It's insane. Absolutely insane. But that brings me to the question of the day: what are your guys' thoughts on the Sacred Beast structure deck, and is it possible for the deck to be meta? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Friday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail you guys want to send me, you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.